We have seen about the electromagnetism waves and how it works through the space. Now, we're gonna see in this video about the light. Remember, the light is the most important element that we can use in the world. Hello everybody, this is our science explanation about what is light. In physics terms, the light is an electromagnetism wave that goes through the space and we catch it through the sight, the most important sense in the human body. As you can see, with the sight, we can recognize everything, almost the 85% of the objects that the world thinks to around us. But what exactly is the light? Well, the light is just a simple electromagnetic wave that goes through the space and we catch it through the eyes. This makes many processes that go through our eyes and go to our brain through the optical nerves that it's go translated information and go on to our brain to interpret that we see. In our world exists two kinds of objects that go through the eyes: the luminous objects and the non-luminous objects. These objects are through every space on the world. Let's see in this little video about what is the luminous and non-luminous objects.
How do we humans perceive the things around us? We have 5 senses that help us to interact with the world around us. These are sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Eyes help us to see things, ears help us to hear sounds, we smell with our nose, taste with our tongue, and the sense of touch is provided by our skin. Of course, all senses are important, but the sense of sight is the most important. Here is an interesting fact. We perceive almost 80% of the world around us by using our sense of sight. We see objects around us with our eyes, but then why don't our eyes see these objects in the dark? The answer to this question is light. We are able to see the objects around us because of the light coming from these objects. The light from these objects travels in space and reaches our eyes. When it's dark or during nighttime, as there is no light, we are unable to see these objects clearly. Some objects can generate their own light. For instance, the sun, the fluorescent bulbs, burning candles can generate their own light. The objects which generate their own light are called the luminous objects. Almost all of the objects that we come across cannot generate their own light. The table, a chair, wall, paper are few of such examples. Such objects are called as non-luminous objects. But I just told you that we see objects around us because of the light coming from them. And if objects like these cannot generate light, then how come we are able to see them? We are able to see them because of the reflection of light. These objects reflect the light to our eyes. What light are they reflecting? Where is the light coming from? This light is nothing but the light coming from the luminous objects. So how can we summarize this? We are able to see non-luminous objects because they reflect the light of the luminous objects falling on these surfaces. Let me repeat. The light coming from the luminous objects falls on the non-luminous objects. Non-luminous objects then reflect this light, and this reflected light travels towards our eyes. And that's why we see the objects. In the daytime, we are able to see blue skies, the white clouds, and the green grass because the light from the sun is getting reflected by them and traveling towards our eyes. At night, we are able to see the moon because it is reflecting the light from the sun. Note that moon is non-luminous and it cannot generate its own light. As I said earlier, most of the objects that we come across in our daily life are non-luminous. We only see them because they reflect the light. Step inside a dark room, light up a torch, and point it at the distant wall. Look carefully at the path of the light coming from the torch. You will see tiny dust particles in the air. What is the reason for this? Why are you able to see these particles? You are able to see the dust particles because the light from the torch is getting reflected from their surfaces and traveling towards our eyes. We also see the same thing in a very dimly lit room where the only source of light is a small amount of sunlight coming from the window. In this video, we saw that the reflection of light plays an important role. It's because of the reflection of light that we are able to see most of the objects. In the next video, we will talk about the laws of reflection.
In addition, exists three kinds of materials that we can observe on our world. The first one is the transparent materials. For example, a glass is an excellent object that is described for the transparent material. The transparent materials, it strikes all the light that it catches, so it got reflect through the space. The translucent material catch some of the light and go pass on through the object so that the lights pass through this object. And the opaque material absorbs all the light and gets a narrow strength for the light, and as you can see, it could be a little bit fuzzy, so the light can go on. Here is, for example, a combination of the three materials: the transparent, translucent, and the opaque material. So that's it for now. Remember, in our next video, we'll see about the phenomenon of the light through the colors, okay? Remember to subscribe in our channel and see the other videos. So that's all for today. Bye bye, see you.